Hello, I'm Paul Duffy, President of Nextech, and I want to welcome you to the Nextech AR Solutions Capital Markets Day 2021. On behalf of the entire Nextech team, I would like to thank each of you for spending the next 90 to 120 minutes with us today. As a technology company, we put augmented reality into everything we do. Today, during this event, we're going to speak passionately about the power of augmented reality and how we believe it will become one of the world's next new mass mediums, opening up an abundance of opportunities today and for years to come. Through the next 90 minutes, you're going to hear directly from the leadership team about how we're turning our vision of AR into a reality. We'll talk deeply about that vision, but we'll also speak to our strategy, our innovation, some of our financials, and specifically our go-to-market activities. More importantly, the team's going to look forward to responding directly to your questions during our live Q&A session. Today, you're going to hear from all the folks on this slide. At Nextech, we are a fast-growing group of professionals who are excited and passionate about the power of augmented reality. And today, our team will be joined by over 270 of our colleagues on the Nextech team. But before we start, Jesse, can I ask you to take a few minutes and read us through the regulatory forward-looking statements?
This communication may contain statements other than statements of current or historical fact that constitute forward-looking statements. In some cases, you can identify forward-looking statements by terminology such as anticipate, believe, expect, intend, estimate, project, forecast, plan, predict, seek, goal, will, may, likely, should, could, and similar expressions, or expressions of the negative of these terms. This presentation contains forward-looking statements that are based on our management's current estimates, beliefs, and assumptions, which are based on management's perception of historical trends, current conditions, and expected future developments, as well as other factors management believes are appropriate in the circumstances. Although we believe that the plans, intentions, expectations, assumptions, and strategies reflected in these forward-looking statements are reasonable, these statements relate to future events or future financial performance and involve known and unknown risks, uncertainties, and other factors that may cause our actual results to be materially different from any future results expressed or implied by these forward-looking statements. Although the forward-looking statements contained in this presentation are based upon what we believe are reasonable assumptions, investors are cautioned against placing undue reliance on these statements, since actual results may vary from the forward-looking statements. Forward-looking statements involve known and unknown risks, uncertainties, and other factors, which are, in some cases, beyond our control and which could materially affect our results. These risks are described in further detail in our management's discussion and analysis for the year ended December 31st, 2020, and are discussed more fully in Nextech's filings with the British Columbia Securities Commission and found on SEDAR.com. And now, please welcome Founder and Chief Executive Officer of Nextech AR Solutions, Evan Gappelberg.
Good afternoon, and thank you all for joining us today at our first ever Capital Markets Day. Super excited to be here with the team. So our preliminary numbers are out, and another record quarter is behind us. Takes us to 9 consecutive record quarters of revenue growth, 7.5 million plus 2.2 million in bookings is 9.7 million in business conducted in Q1 2021, which is pretty amazing for our young company. Super excited about that number. When you compare that to just a year ago, Q1 2020, we only did 2.5 million in revenue. So we went from doing 2.5 million in revenue, 0 bookings, to 7.5 with 2.2 million in bookings. Where are we going to be in Q1 2022? Where are we going to be in Q1 2023? That's what I'm thinking about. So when I look back at the vision, when Nextech started, it was 2018. 2018, the vision was to quickly get into what was emerging as an exciting new multi-decade mega trend called augmented reality. And this new exciting mega trend had the ability to bring products to market that will blow people's minds. That's what got me excited. And so we set off on a mission to bring these products to market. The idea was to bring these blow your mind type of products that you can create using augmented reality to market as a product to sell. So in 2018, 2019, we had ideas about selling ARitize, our app, as an AR application, selling EdTech AR experiences, selling AR ads, selling web AR for e-commerce. Most companies would only pick one of those. We decided, let's dream about all of them. So in 2019, we even thought, how cool would it be if we could live stream a human hologram as an AR experience anywhere in the world, live? Amazingly, as a team, we've accomplished all of our early 2018, 2019 AR dreams and goals. We sell exciting and complex AR experiences through our ARitize application. For example, we're currently contracted with an engineering pipe group to create an AR training and testing tool to learn about pipe fusion and fitting techniques. Super cool application for AR. We offer web AR for e-commerce, with Walther Arms being our one of our first accounts. In EdTech, we've delivered 50 AR labs for Ryerson University, our first paying customer, and we expect to have a follow-on announcement very soon related to expansion beyond Ryerson. Q1 2021, we hired Harish Achi from Microsoft, and he and the team have been busily setting up our AR 3D ad network, which I'm happy to report is live. Huge win, huge potential for the company now that we have our own ad network live and in market. We also have been very active in M&A over the past 2 years. We've acquired e-com businesses, events platforms, and the Airshow app. Today, we're still very active, and we are currently talking to many companies about potential acquisitions. However, we've shifted our focus to exclusively AR companies, and we have some very exciting acquisition talks underway, so stay tuned. For 2021, we have new AR dreams, new AR goals for our fast-growing technology company. Today, we are building for scale, meaning while producing 10, 50, or 500 AR products or experiences is great, it's not going to change the world. Scale is where you can build 1 million, 10 million, 100 million, even 1 billion AR experiences. That's what we are building for today at Nextech. So if we look at our business, we've come a long way since 2018, but we still have a long way to go. The good news is that the core team is in place and has already started building this scalable platform. Today, we are taking all our amazing AR technology and non-AR technology, which we happen to have a lot of, and we're unifying it into one platform that is built for scale. That platform is called LiveX. If you think about LiveX, think of a video-first platform like Zoom that expands into an event with millions of users, that expands again into an e-commerce marketplace like Shopify, that expands again into a virtual music festival, that expands again into an AR live streaming of a CEO of a public company happening in your living room. The point is that we see LiveX as the digital experience platform of the future, but it's here today. We believe that we have all the AR technology to make this platform a market leader in a $400 billion event market. If you include in e-commerce, music, etc., that number grows dramatically. LiveX sits at the intersection of the massive creators market and the enterprise market, where simultaneously on the LiveX platform, you can have a 3-day corporate summit going on with speaker tracks, breakout rooms, chat, AR holograms, all with real-time analytics, while at the same time, a YouTube star is playing guitar and singing for his or her million followers, earning money from ads, while Nextech is putting on a capital markets day. This is what I mean by scale. It can be self-service, where the creators do it themselves, or white glove, where the enterprise global conglomerates want us to work with them and help them. We offer both. The creator economy is huge. A Signal Fire report that's come out talks about how Forbes has interviewed kids, and kids are the future. So when you talk to a kid, you're actually talking to the future. Ask a kid today what they want to be when they grow up. It's no longer a musician, an athlete, an astronaut. Those days are over. Today, it's a YouTuber. A YouTuber. That answer is 3 times more popular than an astronaut. What does that mean? Creators. They're looking for platforms to create content and earn money. If you look at Twitch, 27 million daily visitors, 6 million creators streaming each month. That business is valued at 15 billion. YouTube, 200 billion. Etsy, 26 billion. Now imagine that this LiveX creator platform is enabled with advertising. Yes, just like YouTube, just like Facebook, just like Snap and Google, whom all drive tremendous shareholder value with ad-driven revenue, so will Nextech. We think that this can be the biggest part of our business going forward in 2021 and beyond. So, Eugen, how are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking.
Sure, excellent. So let's just chat for a minute. When did you join Nextech, Eugen?
I joined almost 8 months ago. Very exciting. We achieved a lot so far. It has been amazing time so far.
Yeah. So how are you feeling at Nextech?
Amazing.
Cool. So tell us what exciting things you're working on.
So we are working at the moment on a lot of great innovation. We're working, as you mentioned, on LiveX, which is our digital experience platform that will bring all the augmented reality pieces to life. I'll share it later. We're working on great augmented reality innovations. We have, as you know, launched the Genie in the Bottle. We have launched very recently our augmented reality live streaming that we will see later today as well. And something very, very interesting. I don't want to disclose it now because I will make it as part of my presentation later, which is actually a very interesting technology. I'll maybe get a sneak peek. It has something to do with blockchain technology. And with that, I would hand over back to you for what you want to share about the company of what you hear and what you actually wanted to tell the investors and the market and the rest of the world.
Nextech AR Solutions is a company that puts augmented reality in everything we do. We take existing and successful business models like e-commerce, advertising, virtual events, digital learning, and we augment them with AR technology.
Can you elaborate a little bit more on the technology company and the AR stuff that we do? Because I think that has been a question throughout the last few weeks and months that came up more and more. And that's, I think, why we wanted to talk about what Nextech AR Solutions actually has to focus on.
Yeah, obviously we are a technology company that has created a lot of amazing augmented reality technology. And what we do is we use that technology to sell to others, but at the same time, we integrate it into existing successful businesses that we own and operate, which is the e-commerce business, of course, which is our events business or digital experience platform. We were just speaking to LiveX. Of course, it's our web AR, and of course, it's our advertising network. So we integrate it into all of our technology. So it's been super successful. The customers absolutely love it, primarily because nobody else offers augmented reality as part of their offering. It's really, if you want to do an event with somebody, you can do an event, but you're not going to get that immersive augmented reality component in that event as well. If you want to run ads, you could run ads, but you're not going to get augmented reality in that ad like you will with Nextech. And so it's kind of allowed us to have this competitive edge in the marketplace. So super powerful. So we're being led by a team of Fortune 500 executives. SAP, that's where you came from. Apple, Microsoft, Disney, VMware, Lenovo, Norton, IBM, Deloitte, Oracle, Huawei, American Express. You can't get any more blue chip than that. If you look at the diversity in our leadership team, it's apparent by the faces that are on this screen and the people here. It's a very diverse group of people coming from all different parts of the world, all walks of life. And that's what makes Nextech super unique. Diversity in our global staff. Over 270 people, over 200 countries worldwide work for Nextech AR Solutions. It's important to note that about 11% of our workforce works in the e-commerce business unit, about 4% in corporate finance, and about 85% in the tech business units, which means technology is where we hire, and technology is what's driving our growth. Diversity in our businesses. Our businesses are at the heart of the digital transformation. AR e-commerce, augmented digital experience platform, LiveX, augmented reality products, and AR advertising. Diversity in our technology and innovation, from digital experiences over AR hologram live streaming to our AR ad network. The diversity in our technology is quite extraordinary. You have the digital experience platform, the Genie in the Bottle, the Air Show app with live streaming human holograms, and of course our AR ad network, just to name a few. The digital experience platform, Nextech AR LiveX. Here are some slides that kind of give you an idea, a look behind the scenes on what the platform looks like when you're in the platform. You can see the Feldman Agency kind of silhouetted in there in the middle. One of the companies that we're working with for music events, and super excited about the way that looks. If you look at our AR for e-commerce, I think we're one of the first websites to have AR experiences offered on their e-commerce website, and we've now gotten to the point where we're expanding our AR experiences on our own website in a dramatic way. If you look at the True Life Genie in the Bottle, that's an innovation that we created on the back of our e-commerce division, and it's starting to show some significant traction in the marketplace with some big brands, because smart packaging is the future and it's on the roadmap for big brands, and this fits right into that theme. Our ad network is kind of the unsung hero. It's live. It's on our LiveX platform, and you could see how ads are mixed in with an event where they're native. Those ads show up on our platform, and we get paid every time somebody sees the ad. We get paid even more when they click on it. What are our goals for 2021? Wow the audience. Nextech is creating best-in-class experiences, and we continue to deliver on our promises of growth. Augmented reality for everyone. We integrate AR in all our products and business units. Our AR e-commerce business unit is the first customer for everything that comes out of our AR innovation labs, which makes us very, very unique. 50 million, 60 million revenue 2021, 3x, 5x growth rate for each Nextech business unit year over year. These are our goals for 2021. We're conducting business all over the world, not just North America, not just EMEA, but also in the Asia Pacific region. We truly are a global company. Focus areas for 2021 and beyond: innovate, leverage our ecosystem, create more digital sales channels, increase focus. So those, that's our operational game plan. We're focused on these areas, and we're executing. All right, so with that, I'm going to hand it over to Kashif Malik, our Chief Financial Officer. Before we start, Kashif, just so that in case somebody hasn't met you before, when did you join Nextech, Kashif?
Hey, Evan, thanks. I joined Nextech in October of 2019.
Very nice suit. I really like that color.
Yeah, it's a new one, ready to break it out after the pandemic.
Excellent, excellent. So how are you feeling today about the numbers?
Yeah, feeling great. Yeah, I think we did a preliminary. I'll feel better when we do the actual earnings call, because we actually spend a lot more focus on that as opposed to today, where we're doing a little bit of all the other non-financial parts of the business.
Sure. So why don't you get into the numbers?
Yeah, for sure. Good afternoon. I hope you've been enjoying our Capital Markets Day so far. I'm Kashif Malik, and I've been the CFO for Nextech since October of 2019. Our focus for today is to show you some of the super awesome things we have going on in the non-financial parts of the business. But what would a Capital Markets Day be without some brief financial highlights and our preliminary Q1 2020 numbers? Our business was incorporated on January 12, 2018. You can see from the chart the amount of change and evolution that we have gone through in such a short period. What is also evident is the diversification of our revenue mix, and also the significant growth rate that we have achieved over the period. Specifically, our revenue grew 342% from December 31st of 2019 to December 31st of 2020. We continue to see accelerated growth into 2021 and have forecasted $50 million of revenue for the year. Our preliminary Q1 2021 numbers show revenue of $7.5 to $7.7 million, gross profit of $4.1 million to $4.3 million, and bookings of $2.2 million for the period. During the prior year, with the shift in our product mix, we had an increase of over 6,400% in digital products and services that are referred to as technology services and renewable software licenses on our financial statements. Our bookings relate to the total dollar value of digital products and services included in contracts with our customers. These figures are the total dollar value of each deal closed in the period, as opposed to the amounts invoiced or recognized as revenue in the period. Due to the nature of these digital products and services, there is a timing difference between revenue recognized under IFRS accounting standards and contracts signed within the period. Previously, we communicated one bookings figure to the market. This represented the total dollar value of all services and goods in the period, which also included the revenue recognized and booked from product sales. The definition has been updated to provide the user of the statements with the measure for the performance of our sales efforts in the period, as well as the timing of when revenue will be recognized from an accounting perspective. Into Q2, on April 8th, 2021, the company closed $14 million of new financing completed as a bought deal. This was a significant milestone for the company as it was our first bought deal offering and showed continued support for our company from the capital markets. We are very excited for the year ahead and we continue to deliver on our strategy and growth for 2021. With that, I'll pass it back over to Evan and Eugen.
All right, thank you, Kashif. So, Eugen, we're back again.
Yep.
We already went through the niceties, but so I'll just let you kind of jump into your presentation.
Cool. Thank you very much, Evan.
Yeah.
So I would like to start with 3 simple questions. Where are we? Where do we want to go? And how are we going to get there? So first, where are we right now? Nextech continues to evolve to be what you expect us to be. As we mentioned, Nextech is a technology company that puts augmented reality at everything we do. And we have invested over $10 million into technology and innovation in the last 12 months. And you will see these amazing innovations in the next 60 minutes. We are building a groundbreaking and industry-leading innovation with our great and talented global staff. We're building the best platform for augmented reality experiences in the industry today. And I give all the credit to our amazing designers, great product managers, rockstar engineers, and our wonderful delivery team that brings all these experiences to life on a daily basis. And as Evan shared already, we have over 270 colleagues in over 20 countries around the globe, all in service to our customers. And as one team, we are building an extremely exciting product portfolio for the hybrid world that we live in today. Everything is moving into the digital world, and business models have to innovate to serve their customers in this new environment. And because this is a huge change for many people, this transition requires very high empathy for the people. And all of these forces are core competency of Nextech. And that's why our customers love us. Every customer we speak to is trying to solve for the experience gap. So what is this gap actually? It's a difference between what people expect and what they actually receive. 84% of customers say that experience is more important than product features and price. Now let me rephrase that. 4 out of 5 people say that they're willing to have less product features or pay more for a better experience. This is huge, and this is a huge opportunity because frustrated people will look elsewhere for a better experience. So what we also realized is that existing industry players are focusing on the process level. And this led us to a simple conclusion. If everyone else is focusing on processes and no one is really looking at a wow experience, this is a huge opportunity for us. So we looked at our vision, our company vision, which is to create infinite experiences that inspire the world. And we decided that Nextech will be the company to have the platform that provide experiences enhanced by augmented reality that truly wow the people. And so 4 weeks ago, as we mentioned, we have introduced our new product called Nextech AR LiveX to the market. And Nextech LiveX is actually our new digital experience platform. And with LiveX, we have created a platform with limitless opportunities. And with LiveX, we are the X in DXP. And you will see that throughout the names of our products that we will change over time, that we truly want to be the X, the experience in DXP. Because our digital experience platform is the foundation on top of which we can build and host all of our AR products. And Rob Christie will go into the technical details of today. Because we have an augmented digital experience platform. Many of our virtual events that you know are run on that. Our AR e-commerce, where we will introduce new ways of selling products online, we will enhance it with AR live streaming capabilities, also again on LiveX. AR advertising, which is a huge category of its own, and Harish Archie will actually show that later in a few minutes. And you already saw like the AR products like Genie in the Bottle in our AR live streaming hologram technology that you will experience later as well. Also will be great innovations working on LiveX. And so our completely new product that we actually announced today, and I mentioned it a few minutes earlier, the blockchain technology. We're actually launching here and now today, the AR NFT product. The non-fungible token technology is currently growing faster than anything else in the technology space. And we are one of the first movers in this highly exciting technology. And we, again, bring augmented reality to NFT. We are the first to bring augmented reality to NFT in a scalable way. And our VP of AR Innovations, Dawsyn Borland, will present the exciting details on this in a few minutes. We built industry and line of business solutions, bringing all these products and technologies together throughout the year. And you will see that in the next few minutes when Chris Burton and Paul Duffy will talk about this. We have a partnership with Microsoft for EdTech. We have a co-innovation customer for a marketplace solution. We will have a super exciting solution for entertainment. And we will build our own hologram shopping network. So Nextech's purpose is to help you to embrace this huge potential. And with this, I would like to hand over to my colleague, Connie K. Santos and Rob Christie.
Thank you, Evan and Eugen. Welcome, everyone.
Hi, Connie. Hi, Rob. I just want to introduce you, sorry to cut you off. So Connie, when did you join Nextech?
I joined Nextech last September 2020 when all the craziness was happening in the event industry and my business was impacted. But I think if anything to say, Evan, your technology, and when I was looking at what you were doing, it just blew me away in terms of the ability to reconnect and help my clients and help the event industry to find new and innovative ways to just immerse and build those connections. So I was super excited to speak with the team and take the opportunity to join Nextech back in September.
Great, great. So how are you feeling today?
A little nervous, but because this is the first live event that we're hosting for live on LiveX. So a little nervous, but super excited as well. I think the platform looks beautiful. We're giving a sneak peek of all of the capabilities that's about to that we're building as well. So nervous, excited, and just super proud of the team, of all the great work that's come together to have what we have at the moment.
Well, you're doing great, and you're going to do great with your presentation. So why don't you tell us what exciting things you're working on?
Sure. Actually, in my presentation, myself and Rob Christie has been co-leading the Project Phoenix back in September. And 4 weeks ago, we launched it internally, LiveX. And in this presentation, I'll go through is really talking about what it is that we do, how can you use LiveX, and the different industry verticals that you can leverage as well.
Cool. All right. I'll let you guys take it away.
Thank you so much, Evan. Okay, so I'll jump right into my presentation, and I just want to say I was super excited, as I'd mentioned earlier with Evan, that we have this beautiful platform to share with you this experience of what would be the unlimited possibilities that you can reimagine and how we can connect. And one thing for myself, having the extensive experience in the event industry, is I fell in love with the impact of how experiences can really help make powerful impressions and connections throughout my career. So excited with this project and excited to share with you more details of what we do with LiveX. So from a key attributes perspective, we have 4 keywords I like to really summarize in some ways of what we can do. So create, engage, inspire, and analyze. Those are our key attributes as it relates to LiveX. And to go into more details, from a create perspective, one of the key things that I did early on joining Nextech was really shadowing and learning the delivery process of how do we deliver what our clients have, and this need to make that connection and that brand and that business going. So from a create perspective, we have this amazing white glove delivery experience and a lot of professionals that help our clients go through. But some of the feedback that we got was, how do we do this faster and more of it? And this, again, LiveX is a beautiful platform where you can create awesome, beautiful experiences with our white glove delivery service team, or our clients now also have a choice to do it themselves as well. So we have that capability from a create perspective. And from an engaged perspective, we had some PR release out there and a couple months ago about our AR room. This is a sneak peek of what AR room looks like. And from an engagement, we have so many great features that we are building and have launched with regards to the chat, AR room, Zoom conferencing, our discussion boards. And then adding that is also the ability to leverage augmented reality into that experience. So more to come when our features are ready to be shared in more detail. And then as it relates to Inspire, again, talking about our amazing delivery team and the ability for our platform to have a lot of different customization fields, you can work with us and you can yourself be that awesome designer and design an experience that wows your audience and make that beautiful connection that you're looking for. And then from an analyze perspective, we have live analytics in our dashboard. So you're not needing to wait at the end of your event to figure out and find out how's your registration doing, how many visitors have visited you, what are your top pages, that experience journey that everyone's looking for to better measure their success. We have that, our clients have that when they say yes to LiveX as well. And then from a launch any type of events, this is just a quick snapshot to show you there's 12 different verticals, business verticals, in terms of how you can reimagine the different experiences, anywhere from our destination, digital destinations, our augmented learning, digital offices, marketplace, private events. There's just so many possibilities, but instead of looking at 12 boxes, let's kind of jump in terms of what the design and experiences look like. Here you see our interactive floor plan, and this is most used by our clients in the trade show, expo, or convention use cases. And with the interactive floor plan, this is where hybrid really plays in. You can have an actual floor plan of all your exhibit booth that you can sell with our application, our content management and vendor management tool in the back end. And this can be active for online experiences as well. So interactive floor plan really helps build a bridge for our hybrid clients or in-person events as well. And the next one, when you're talking about distant digital destinations where it's a little bit hard to travel, but you still want to plan that vacation that we're all hungry and craving to travel again, well, our clients from a destination perspective can really use our interactive floor plan in a creative way and create these plans and highlight hotel locations or local stores or areas that they can visit. So that's another way you can reimagine and use LiveX for that experience. And then from a main stage perspective, the wow factor is it doesn't have to be just a presentation with lots of talking heads. You can actually add in our augmented reality solution from Nextech and put a QR code and enable your participants to scan that, get out of the seat, pop that hologram, whether it's AR portal or product or person, into their own room and just engage in that content as well. So that's another way to bring conferences to the next level. And then as it relates to showrooms or product showcases, we have a custom page where it could be fully created, working with our delivery team to embed an iframe of a 3D showroom. So if you have products or locations or showrooms or apartment buildings that you're trying to rent or lease, again, you can use that in our LiveX platform. And then from a galas or award ceremonies, reimagining that experience, you can also do that on LiveX. So you can have a really fun animated background. You can have lots of feature like meet the band. You can have a private session with them scheduled in our platform. And on top of that, leveraging our air show app, and human holograms, you can beam a talent into your room for personal experience as well. Again, the limited possibilities of what's possible. And then when it comes to intimate events that you have shared precious moments with your family and friends, you can do that here as well. We know COVID is very hard to kind of have big weddings and gatherings. Why not share it and stream it through and enable your loved ones to share that precious moment with you? Again, possible on LiveX. And from an augmented reality perspective, a kind of like a tag on to what we've already been doing from an IgniteX in digital learning and Rail, we have that possibility and capability as well in LiveX. In addition to that is adding our ARTize app and having courses and classes and activities right from your phone. So you don't have to physically go into a lab. You can experience that through our LiveX course materials that the instructors or the professors would upload, but also complemented by our additional augmented reality applications. And from a resource perspective for schools, we have the poster sessions or the kind of like a library, as you can say. You can create all of your resources in one location. Again, content management is a really great feature that we have, and it's possible, and it is live. And then last but not least, it's the digital office. So we have, going into the office is not really easy. I live in Toronto, our, area is shut down, but being able to transform your experience in your office and your collaborations in different meeting rooms on LiveX, again, that is also possible. And then last but not least, it's the marketplace. So marketplace, if you have local communities, local businesses that you want to bring together because it's not possible right now, or even in the future, you can do it in hybrid mode, you can gain a greater client reach with a global audience through our application. And on top of that, your products could be leveraged and used in augmented reality. And again, using our companion apps, many possibilities here. So this here is just a snapshot of all of the different use case verticals that we can do and reimagine. And I know there's a lot more possibilities, and we really look forward to continue to connect with our clients to see what is possible. Now, the quick summary, this project has been amazing. We have a lot of really talented UX and UI designers and developers. The process has been design-led development. And with that note, I would like to pass it to Rob Christie, my partner in crime in LiveX. And over to you, Rob.
Right, thank you, Connie. Rob, how are you, buddy?
Yeah, I'm doing well, Evan. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. So, Rob, how long have you been at Nextech?
Interesting question. I've been here a long time. I've been here about 2.5 years. I'd say I was one of the first 15 employees. I was probably employee number 11 or 12.
Yeah. And what do we call you at Nextech, Rob?
I think the last term I heard was code cracker.
You are
part of that is originally I was brought in as a developer, and I kind of cracked the code on web-based AR, e-commerce embeds and advertising.
And the ad network, yeah. So just so everybody knows, Rob's been with me pretty much from the beginning. And anything I ask Rob to build, he builds. It's like, I'm just waiting for him to have like a free minute so I could ask him to build me a rocket ship. But he builds pretty much anything that we put into market. So super excited to introduce you and tell us a little bit about what exciting stuff you're working on, Rob.
Well, most of my time recently, and the reason I can't build rocket ships is I'm building a digital experience platform. The team, I'm helping with the team. I'm one of the lead architects on the design of our digital experience platform, which I'll talk about in a moment. But I've also been working with our, education work stream, our web AR, the NFTs, marketplace. I kind of have my fingers in all the pies.
How does that make you feel, having all those pies and all your fingers in all those pies?
It's pretty exciting being able to touch so much that's going on inside a technology company. We're a big operation with multiple work streams going on at the same time, and it's a pretty exciting place to be.
All right, Rob, take it away.
Thank you, Evan. So, beyond my early contribution in the Nextech AR story, today I'm going to talk to you about the vision of and the architecture of a digital experience platform. So The intent is to have a network of different software components and microservices that each perform different tasks across the spectrum of augmented reality and digital experience. From creating 3D volumetric content, manipulation of AR content, publishing, marketing, promotion, sales, and of course, presentation. Each of these components are integrated with one another to make a vast network of tools that can be used in different configurations to provide maximum utility and versatility for different and specific industry and line of business solutions. All of this in a loosely coupled platform that is highly configurable, simple to use, and all with a harmonized user experience and rich data collection and analytics. Many of these components are unique pieces that have been architected and designed to scale efficiently, to simplify maintenance and security, and to maximize availability. The architecture also allows us to move applications between cloud environments to increase surface area as a disaster avoidance or recovery action. Each component uses technology that has been determined by our architects and engineering leadership as the most suitable for a particular use case. We use a broad range of modern web application development programming languages and development frameworks, as well more mature technologies that have been proven over time. Our agile, design-led development process gives us the ability to shape component features quickly as we respond to changes and in market conditions and demand. And up next, my friend Harish will take us through our AR ad network.
All right, thanks, Rob. Harish, how are you?
Good, Evan, good.
So when did you join Nextech, Harish?
Yeah, I joined Nextech in January of this year. And, it's just been 4 months, but time flies. I feel like I've been here for a few years now.
Yeah, time does kind of change its speed at Nextech. Everything kind of accelerates. You know, you wake up one day, you thought you were in 2020, at least I thought I was in 2020. The next minute I'm in 2021 and I'm already in Q2 2020.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling today about the ad network?
Oh, super excited, super excited. I think we have great opportunity, great potential in the company, great technology available across, as you know, just saw Rob sharing our whole tech stack as well. Yeah, we have huge potential, huge market opportunity, and super excited about our ad network.
Excellent, excellent. So tell us exactly what you're working on. Show us your fun stuff that you're doing.
Sure, yeah, I'll definitely share through a few of my slides here. So let me take over. So before we go there, so as I was just saying, you know, I just joined the company 4 months ago now, close to in January, and we have been working very hard in getting the ad network established and enabling that across our platform. And also within this last 3 months, we me and my team have worked together to build several partnerships as well within our ad network. You know, we have Google Ad Exchange now connected. We have a few others like EPOM, Emodo, and MediaFuse platforms as well within our ad network capabilities now. So that just opens up massive opportunities for us, and I will walk you through a few more, more details on our ad network. First, I would like to talk to you on our marketplace potential. So if you can get our first slide here, there. So yeah, when you look at, from our industry research in the advertising network and through IAB and other forums, what you see is the growth in AR that's happening, right? Augmented reality is now coming slowly into the mainstream, and many people are getting experienced with AR. And for what we see is AR users is going to grow to 2 billion within the next 4 years worldwide. That's a massive opportunity. As many of you may know, advertising is all about having more audiences, more eyeballs, more people. It's where you generate, monetize on the advertising. And that's a huge potential. That's a huge marketplace opportunity that we have. And when you look at with that audiences to when you look at revenue, how it is going, specifically looking at AR advertising. I mean, you already know in general advertising, Facebooks and Googles, you're seeing their numbers, you know the market potential on general advertising. But I wanted to share very specifically on the AR advertising. That is where we play a strong role and where we have a competitive advantage. And that global AR revenue that you see in the next 3 years or 2 years actually is growing significantly. And within that, ad network AR ad is huge. That's about $8.8 billion right now that's forecasted. That's a huge opportunity for us to be there, and we are there with our tech stack. So I'll talk a little bit more on that as well. Then the next things that you see happening in the industry are changes in the cookieless, and you might have seen this week Apple announcing that they are deprecating the IDFA, advertiser ID, on their iPhones. That is causing a huge opportunity for us, specifically for Nextech, and I'll talk a little bit more on that in detail what that means for us. And then the last place is where through our digital experiences platform, what we are creating is private marketplaces that enable these high purchasing power audiences. And I think that is key, because I think advertisers and everyone is looking at how do they target, how do they go about enabling their brand awareness or brand reach or even just product or service offerings to an audiences that they really care about. And that is where our private marketplaces come in play. So I talked about a little bit on the industry where the growth is, but I think I wanted to touch a little bit, very keen on the very recent or latest changes that are happening in the industry, the cookie deprecation and the Apple IDFA. IDFA is nothing but an identifier for mobile devices that's used to target and measure the effectiveness of advertising. Now, why is that so important? When it is disabled, advertisers cannot know who they are targeting the audience is. And that's where it becomes a little bit, am I reaching someone that I intend to reach? And what we see is that is where we come in, because we when we talk to marketers and the clients of our customers, we see that many of them expect to increase their reliance on the publisher's first-party data in the absence of the third-party cookie. That's tremendous, because we as a Nextech, as our AR ad network platform, is that first-party platform. And that is where we see huge opportunity for us to go out and build those partnerships with various brands, advertisers, agencies, and other third-party ad networks as well. And then when we talk of AR experiences, that's my left side chart there, how are interactive ads viewed by the audiences? 49% of audiences say that when ads have that engaging element, they want to interact with the ads. And that is most important. The reason why when you place an ad, it's not just, people just scroll through. You have to enable that attractiveness, that engagement. And that is where AR ads come into play, and which is our core strength in our platform. And then the last one you see is now with all these two things happening in the industry, most of the brands and advertisers, the clients and the customers are looking to form these alliances, form these partnerships with the first-party ad network databases. And that is where through our digital experience platform and through our ad network, that is where we bring that to the marketplace, and which is going to be hugely valuable for our customers, for our clients, and for our partners. Next slide, please. So then once we now know about the marketplace, I want to take you through to our ad network strategy. Like, how are we maximizing our market potential, and how are we going to capture that market share through, that is, as you saw, 8.8 billion just on AR ads, and then 2 billion users coming in. So the way we are targeting or trying, going about this is about in our sales, which is obviously we are leveraging 3 channels in there. Direct sales with our ad agencies. We are working with our product, services, brands as well for direct sales. And then sales through third-party ad networks. That is, as I mentioned earlier, we have a lot of the ad network partnerships that we have built as well. That drives, volume play into our platforms. And then when we get in, how do we think about what are all the platforms that we are going into? It's obviously digital experience platform that Connie has shared all various use cases and scenarios. You can see, obviously, that is a huge, huge value. And that is where you have these private audience marketplaces. That is where you are enabling the AR advertising, AR experiences as well. Then comes web AR. Obviously, web AR is a huge, Rob just touched on that, enabling that AR on the web-based platforms. That is where I think now you will see a lot more happening on the web AR and the e-commerce areas as well. And obviously AR ads, that is, as I said, that's why it's our core strength and core pillar and core technology that we have in the AR ads. And that is what we are going to leverage that as well. And e-commerce, as many of you may be aware, in this last 1 year, as the e-commerce growth has been increasing significantly. And customers are expecting to have experience of before they make the purchase decision. And also from a e-commerce sites or e-commerce companies, they are looking to reduce their returns, reduce the managing of the inventory with this all back and forth and the supply chain. That is where our AR ads come in, because we can now generate that, deliver that experience to the customers, and so that it reduces the return rates, increases the experience engagement, know what you buy before. So those are all the things that we light up through our platform. And last is our ad network as a platform for first-party data. As I said, as this industry shift starts happening, we see ourselves primarily positioned to build on our ad network as a platform for our first-party data that will enables us to build those partnerships, engage with various audiences, and be a value proposition and a competitive edge in the marketplace. Obviously, in all these platforms, there is a huge value to each of those platforms by itself as well, right? So you have engaged audiences, to interactive experiences, to brand awareness, to increased page traffic, all the benefits that you will get out of the advertising. But what is it for Nextech? How does that drive for us? That is where I think where we, through our platforms and through our channels of sales that we are going after, we increase our audience reach. We make our platform attractive for products, brands, and services. Leveraging our first-party data, we build AI products that creates additional marketplace opportunities for us. It's about, when I look at all this in the strategy in a page kind of a thing, when I look at it, it's about attracting our audiences, giving them experiences, delivering on those value propositions, and monetizing for us. And when I talk about monetizing, if I go to the next slide, when we talk about how do we drive monetization and how do we grow our growth in the business at Nextech here. So I think what we have built around this is what we call as closed loop attribution, where we have the platform to technology to data that creates this kind of experience across and a flywheel opportunity for us, which continuously generates revenue and increases our growth. So when I think of digital experience platform, that attracts audiences and generates revenue opportunities. When I think of AR ads, web AR, and e-commerce capabilities that we have, that is the innovative approaches that we offer to our clients and customers. We enables them to advertise in unique ways. When I get into our first-party data partnerships, that strengthens our marketplace position. And then when I think of put all these things together into an AI, where we create the data-driven targeting that makes the platform more valuable to all our customers, clients, advertisers, agencies. Now that's where the loop comes in, and it creates that flywheel opportunity for us to go across. So then, now that we saw our marketplace to strategy to how we generate revenue, to what are our options that we have enabled in our platform. When you look at our ad network, what's the value proposition that we are bringing in? Ad network delivers value in terms of not only in the digital experience platforms. If I can get to the next slide, Connie, there. So we deliver the scalable virtual events. We have programmatic display campaigns to 3D augmented reality ad banners and e-commerce solutions. So when we go into the marketplace with this one-stop end-to-end solution that is available and value differentiate with our AR assets on top of it. So our ROI, when we look back into our ROI with Nextech Ad Network, is obviously we enable those exclusive and captive audiences in our digital experience platform. We reach the high value audiences for your market and segments. And obviously we improve the campaign goals that you have, whether it's click-through rates or impressions or driving brand awareness, we build that. I already talked about our 3D and 2D experiences that we can deliver. That's unique value proposition. And obviously we have these perishable audiences. It's not like you have these audiences forever. If someone is trying to target a specific audience group, it's available with us, but it's perishable as well. That's what creates premium in the marketplace, right? It's not like you'll get a set of audiences. For example, in this case, it could be if you are trying to reach medical professionals, we have them, but they are only there for a specific amount of time and not forever, right? So that creates the premium in the marketplace as well. And then the next slide is all about what are our solutions that we offer in the marketplace, right? So obviously we talked about virtual event advertising opportunities, which in this platform that we are in, we have embedded advertising as well in this one. And we have programmatic advertising. We also have our 3D augmented reality creative services and e-commerce solutions, and obviously our traditional display and banner video advertising. But what I feel very strongly about where we differentiate across all this is that plus there. That is the campaign management. How we deliver custom reporting, how we deliver analytics, how we bring insights, how we deliver recommendations to our customers and clients. That is where we differentiate through obviously through our solutions, but we overlay that and we differentiate in the marketplace through that. With that, I think that is my last slide, and I will pass it over to my colleague, Dawsyn.
All right, thank you, Harish. Dawsyn, how are you?
I'm doing well, Evan. I'm so excited to be here.
Cool. How long, I like asking this question, how long have you been at Nextech, Dawsyn?
I am like Rob. I was one of the first 15 employees at Nextech, and I've been here for about 2.5 years. I started as a developer, so I was developing our augmented reality solutions and then producing them as well. And now I am the VP and head of our AR Innovation Labs.
Excellent, excellent. The 2 years, they've gone by in the blink of an eye.
They really have.
Yeah. So how are you feeling these days?
Excellent. I'm so excited with all of the different ventures that we're getting into, specifically within AR innovation, and I'm really excited to be able to present them today.
Great. So take it away.
Hello, everyone. So I'm excited to talk to you today about our focus for 2021 and beyond within AR innovation. And our augmented reality platform is powered by artificial intelligence. So we utilize cloud computing and machine learning throughout our entire augmented reality platform. And on the next slide, I can talk a little bit about the 4 key components that this is comprised of. So CreateX empowers users to create their own augmented reality 3D objects and holograms. And they can do this by utilizing our ARitize 360 and AirShow applications. NGINX manages and hosts our shared code library, which goes across all of our different applications. And ImmerseX enables our augmented reality experiences across iOS, Android, and our browser-based web AR. Lastly, AdvertiseX is comprised of our e-commerce and AR ad network, which analyzes and reports on analytics. And this is also connected directly to our AR applications as well, specifically AirShow and ARitize, where we track usage statistics. So this has been one of the most exciting ventures that we've had specifically within the AR Innovation Labs, and this is our AirShow AR hologram streaming, which allows you to beam your hologram to where your audience is using augmented reality. And this process is so simple, it is just comprised of 4 different parts. So the first is capture. There's a really easy setup. It involves a green screen, tripod, lights, and just your smartphone. You don't need to purchase any fancy phone to make your live stream hologram work. Then on Nextech's end, we produce this for you. So we'll work directly with you to storyboard and conduct a dry run. And then we will also do a backup recording in case anything goes wrong during the actual live stream. And then we'll add some additional high quality production elements to it. So video inserts, if you've seen some of Evan's previous live streams, I believe it was the last one, we actually integrated our first video inserts, which showed up as augmented reality behind him. We also include a countdown clock, which will let your audience know how long they have to grab a snack before the live stream starts. We also include client logos for branding, as well as lower thirds to identify the talent on screen as the AR hologram. The third step is the broadcast. So this is where we will project the live stream, and we will also make sure that we do a recording of the live stream so that you can utilize your hologram going forward in whatever capacity you desire. And there's also a worldwide reach with all of our AR hologram streams. We utilize worldwide CDNs so that there's redundancy as well. And lastly, the most exciting aspect of it is displaying it. So displaying it in augmented reality. You can see on the right-hand side that there's an event page that showcases what it'll actually look like if you have an AR hologram live stream. So it consists of a thumbnail that will provide more identification as to who the live stream hologram is going to be. You can also include live and on-demand content. So we can host pre-recorded holograms as well as live holograms so that you can go through and browse it kind of like a library. And then we can also host concurrent streams, which is an awesome implementation specifically for keynote speeches if you want to have a bunch of keynote speakers available at the same time, as well as performers. This kind of goes back to the feeling that we had when we were at music festivals. Remember those days? That was really nice. So Genie in a Bottle has been such a cool implementation specifically within smart packaging. So the smart packaging market is expected to reach 43.6 billion by the year 2027. And Genie in a Bottle was created as a standout smart packaging solution specifically for strengthening customer loyalty, establishing unique engagements, and reporting on user analytics. And as you can see here, we've implemented this across 4 different products for True Life, all of which are currently commercially available. So when you scan the QR code on the packaging, so on the top of the True Life bottles, it's placed right on top of the bottle lid. The Genie will magically appear right out at the top of it, and the Genie acts as a brand ambassador, delivering important information from the comfort of the user's home. This implementation specifically within True Life was used to deliver information through registered dietitians, so additional information that you wouldn't necessarily have right on the bottle. And so Genie in a Bottle truly brings brands to life, and we're currently developing more Genies for True Life as they continue to expand their product line. And this has been one of the biggest things that we've spoken about, NFTs. I know that NFTs are on everyone's mind, and let's just jump right into it. So what exactly is an NFT? An NFT is short form for a non-fungible token, and it's a cryptocurrency token that is stored on the blockchain that's certified by a smart contract as being unique and original. The word non-fungible means one of a kind, so NFTs are perfect for collectors, and they exist as digital assets. So if you've seen any of the headlines and articles over your news feeds the past few weeks, if not months, most of them exist as digital paintings, videos, music, but they all have the same qualities. So they're unique, rare, collectible, downloadable, immutable, and resaleable. And you can purchase an NFT with cryptocurrency, which is the most common method, or a credit card. And once it's purchased, it's stored in a digital wallet where ownership is validated and secured. So the commodity value is increased by digital ownership and digital scarcity. It's very similar to any other collectible that you would have in the real world, except everything is digital. How do I purchase an NFT? I'm going to use some real world examples to hopefully simplify it a bit. But the first is that you can bid on an NFT, which would be like owning the Mona Lisa. So if you have the highest auction bid, you would become the sole owner in the world of that original. You can also buy an NFT, which is more similar to owning rare Pokemon cards, where you would make an instant purchase at a set price, and then you would become one of a few who own limited editions. And this is where it gets so exciting for us. So this is Nextech's approach to the future of digital collectibles. And we are looking to create meaningful transactions that live forever as augmented reality NFT experiences. So as I previously mentioned, most NFTs on the market currently exist as digital artworks. But the best opportunity that we have right now is taking NFTs and being able to project them in augmented reality so you can view them in your space. And the way that we're planning on doing that is using LiveX to enable an NFT marketplace that will sell AR human holograms and 3D immersive and interactive augmented reality NFTs. This will be further enhanced by our 3D AR ad network. So we can think of this through some of our augmented reality banner ads that will be advertising the NFTs and AR that we're selling on our NFT marketplace. AR NFTs are meant to be experienced outside of your wallet. Typically, if you own an NFT, the only way that you can really experience it is on your desktop or your laptop. But with augmented reality NFTs, you can interact with them in your real space. You can showcase them to your friends in a virtual gallery. If you purchase an AR NFT that happens to be a portal that you can walk into, you can teleport to specific moments in time. Like, think about this if you were to be able to go to a UFC match, or you can engage with it in whatever capacity is allowed based on the immersion that we create at Nextech. How can brands use AR NFTs? There are so many different ways. This doesn't even begin to touch the surface, but let's start with campaigns. So the first is that you can generate big social media hype around big NFT drops. We saw this recently with The Weeknd, who announced that there was an NFT drop that was only available of his for 15 minutes. Doing that kind of hype is really going to drive up the digital scarcity. You can think of it as giveaway or raffles, as well as selling limited edition NFTs for charity, which is really great for philanthropic efforts. When it comes to community engagement, NFTs, specifically in AR, are perfectly positioned because they really appeal to fan bases, and you can develop curated collections around them. So we can think about this for BTS. BTS is a K-pop group. And so if we were to create a community around BTS AR NFTs, the amount of interest from that would be paramount. Then we can also consider loyalty programs. So there could be members-only interactive experiences. You could memorialize 3D rewards. Imagine if you went to Walt Disney World and you were able to memorialize your experience there with one of their Mickey Mouse ear hats. And you can also reimagine insider points, which is a really cool opportunity within the digital space. So most insider points right now are redeemed for physical objects, but imagine if you could redeem it for something whose value goes up in time because it's a digital asset and because there's scarcity connected to it. Collaborations. We have seen so many collaborations specifically within the last year within different metaverses. So brand crossovers and featured artists have been huge, specifically within Fortnite and Roblox. This is Lil Nas X, who is featured as a brand crossover and featured artist on Roblox. And so imagine the possibilities that you'd have if you were to have different artists creating exclusive NFTs just for them in augmented reality on our enabled marketplace. We can also consider this for influential marketing as well. And one of the best experiences are VIP experiences in AR NFTs. Imagine if you were the only owner of an augmented reality hologram of Lady Gaga, and she performs in your house singing a song that is unreleased. That kind of value is incredible. We can also think about this from pep talks and keynotes from really notable public figures. Think about it from Oprah to Gary Vee, different photo opportunities and meet and greets. And arguably, I think one of the coolest things would be if you could tour movie sets and 360-degree augmented reality portals. If you're a big Star Wars fan and there's a Star Wars set tour, that's pretty amazing. Then it comes to exclusive merchandise. So digital apparel, specifically with luxury fashion brands, 3D assets of famous props or cars. And lastly, championship sports memorabilia. Sports memorabilia in general has been one of the most consistent collector's items, specifically when it comes to trading cards. And so if we could bring trading cards, a lot of them already exist within the NFT marketplace and the NFT space, but if you could take trading cards and put those into augmented reality, there are so many different opportunities there for people to interact with them. You could also do this with championship rings, different trophies, as well as jerseys. So we have several different areas of focus specifically within AR Innovation Labs, and they all go past 2021. So as mentioned, AR NFTs is our big focus right now, and we're currently in development on it, as well as building our patent portfolio. We are actively working to continue to add patents to this. We're also very focused on head-mounted displays and supporting all of our existing applications within head-mounted displays and glasses. This will be paramount as they become available on the consumer market and widely adopted within the consumer space. That will be ahead of the curve. We're also working currently on implementing AI within our live stream AR holograms that would be implemented specifically within an AR show, as well as building our hologram and interactivity capabilities that you would see in our ARitize app, specifically in web AR. So you wouldn't need an application for this. It would be all on your web browser. And lastly, mistake-driven learning. This is something that Evan mentioned that we're doing with Engineered Pipe Group, and it's something that we're currently doing with Ryerson University as well, where we're allowing users to make mistakes within their education training so that they're better prepared when they go out into the field and they know how to correct mistakes going forward. And now I will pass it over to my colleagues, Paul and Chris.
All right, so we got Chris Burton.
Hi, Evan.
Today.
I'm good, thank you.
Great, great. So when did you join Nextech, Chris?
I joined Nextech last September. I think I was somewhere around the 70th employee, so not 15, not 10. But the last 8 months have been super exciting as we've grown the company and expanded into new markets and introduced new products. I could not be happier here, and I think the future is bright. So how am I doing today? I'm doing great because it's a new day for us here at Nextech.
Excellent, excellent. All right, so tell us some exciting stuff that you're working on. I mean,
for sure.
I think the presentation.
I think what we'd like to do is now put it all together. We've heard about the business from Evan. We've heard about the strategy from Eugen and Evan, our exciting new digital experience platform from my colleagues Connie and Rob. Then we heard about the ad network, and last but not least, super exciting things that we have on the roadmap for augmented reality. So let's take that entire tech stack and apply it to how we want to go to market with our products and solutions around the world. So we really have 4 prongs that are super important for us. The first and foremost that all of you in the investment community should be aware of is we're aggressively attacking market share around the world. And the market share that we're pursuing is everyone from a small, low touch to no touch customer all the way up to the Fortune 500. We've had great success across the spectrum. In fact, we've done 40 big digital experience programs, and that doesn't mean just creating an AR asset. It's everything from augmented reality to today in Namibia, we're running a program, our second program for the United Nations with 5,000 attendees in multiple languages. And it was a great day for them down in Africa. So once we land the customers, we really want to very carefully pay attention to the customer experience as we bring them on board and deliver a successful program for them. It's all about scoping the journey of their target audience and how we connect our digital experience platform and augmented reality solutions to help make them successful. Then once we've done that, our most important process after that is to expand. So we're cross-selling and upselling to our existing accounts. And you saw how many customers we currently have with Evan earlier. And we're also moving into new business units across these companies that we do business with. And last but not least, and this is the land of opportunity, the exciting news that you heard from Harish on our ad network puts us into the subscription base, as well as our digital experience platform. So if we take these 4 pieces into our strategy, we have really a technical or a tech stack bag that we can take to customers around the globe, from small customers to large. So for us, it's really about delivering a better return on the experience with augmented reality at the core. And the reason we know that that is going to be a winning proposition, if you just look at all the slew of earnings announcements that came out yesterday, Mark Zuckerberg on his earnings call mentioned that he's going to spend $5 billion on development. And he said predominantly that investment is going to go in the AR, VR category. So you heard Evan talk about curators and also enterprise accounts. Well, we're right in the sweet spot with our tech stack to deliver on that promise. So with that strategy and the success that we have, what Paul and I would like to share with you today are 3 additional use cases. We'd like to showcase a prototype marketplace. we'd like to share with you the exciting things that we're doing in the ed tech space. And last but not least, the most friendly space of all, entertainment, and how our tech stack can monetize and also deliver a better experience in that space. So I'd like to start myself, before I pass over to Paul, talking to you a little bit about the marketplace. The marketplace that we are delivering today is with Restaurants Canada. I talked about the four-pronged approach. Well, Restaurants Canada is a land and expand. Last year, they came to us with a business problem. They did physical programs in the past and they were shut down. So they threw out their business model, created a digital experience platform, a show to reach 20,000 restaurant purveyors across Canada and connect them with 800 buyers. They did that on our platform, our digital experience platform, using augmented reality and also our broadcast capabilities to deliver an experience that was very successful to them. Now, what's new and next for them is to take that same platform, have it always on with curated content, with augmented reality at the core to deliver a better experience and, more importantly, a better return on their investment. For me, this one was really, really interesting because if you look at the problems they had with the COVID economy to pivot, everybody uses that term, from a live experience to a digital experience, along the way, they realized there was a unique opportunity in the 2.0 or new economy post-COVID to really do things differently with a combination of digital and live or hybrid, and in this case, an always-on marketplace. So if you don't mind rolling the video, we will take you into their marketplace so that you can have a look at what they're doing. First of all, once you log in, the very first thing you see is a dazzling 360 lobby that can represent a restaurant space. There are hotspots. You can incorporate holograms and various portals here. And this is the ultimate buying location, which coming out of this location will take you right into the marketplace. And within the marketplace, you can have live programs, but more importantly, you want to connect the buyers and sellers. And here's a perfect example of all of the buyers that are connecting in the marketplace. So literally, if you think about what we're doing with the customer journey with Restaurants Canada, it not only opens up a monetized opportunity for the ad network, if you go to the next slide, please, also for our entire tech stack and holograms. So all of those customers that are in the marketplace can become customers of ours. And in addition to that, you have the ability to overlay a human hologram, which in this case, Evan reappears again in the marketplace. He could be a bartender, who knows what else he could be doing there. We showed this to you simply so that you can understand the entire length of the tech stack, from ad network to holograms to the digital experience platform, and how we can monetize that all the way along the supply chain. So we're super excited about this prototype and our go-to-market strategy here. Now I'd like to pass the baton over to my colleague, Paul. Also, though, I would say he's the papa of the human hologram. He can talk to you about the other two components of today.
Thanks, Chris.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, nice presentation, Chris. Hey, Paul, how you doing?
Good, Evan. How's it going?
Going well. It's going well. So I kind of this question, Paul. How long have you been at Nextech? Almost from the very beginning, like literally, like within the first month, right?
Easily, yeah. I think you were just finished signing the incorporation papers. The ink dried, and we bumped into each other.
Exactly. It was like, yeah, we had just gotten started, and then I serendipitously ran into Paul Duffy, the creator of the human hologram. I was actually an investor because I love
that's right. Yeah,
I love what Paul does. He's amazing. So, Paul, how you feeling today about where we're at?
Well, you know, it's fantastic, right? I mean, I've always had a vision, not just me, but I mean, everybody involved here. But, you know, truthfully, we've always had a vision that augmented reality was going to be one of those technologies that'll change the world. And, you know, we're just so proud of all our colleagues and all our, you know, family here at Nextech, because, you know, right before our eyes, we're seeing it unfold every day. I mean, it was just marvelous to sit back and listen to this team today talk. I remember, Evan, when you and I were kicking around ideas right at the beginning. Hey, let's try this. Let's go here. Let's try that. I mean, today those have manifested right in front of us.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's not stopping. It's getting faster and galloping.
It is. So what are you the most excited about, Paul? Like, there's so many things happening here. We heard from Rob and Dawsyn and Connie and Harish and Chris and Eugen, and so what and Kashif, like, what gets you out of bed every day, like super excited?
Well, that's a good question. I don't often think about it, but a quick response to me would just be the pure joy of sort of the unbound opportunity that is in front of us because of the formulation of these people and our technology. I think we all know AR is going to have a huge impact across all aspects of humanity. And I think what I get super excited about, and I think, Evan, a nod to your leadership here, is just the ability to have assembled the world-class caliber of people that are on our team. Because, we're thinking of these things in real time, we're listening to the market, we're getting feedback, and then we've got the best folks able to take that and put it into a product and bring it into the market. And, I mean, how can you not get excited about that? It's just fantastic.
It really is about the people. It's always about the people. I mean, what's a company without the people, right? It's just the logo, right? So no, it is super exciting time. So Paul, tell us about all the exciting stuff you're working on.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to highlight a couple of things. I'll talk today specifically, as Chris mentioned. Maybe we could back this slide up a bit before we get to this one. So I guess, as you guys know, we work tightly with Ryerson University here in Toronto on what's called RAIL. That's the Ryerson Augmented Learning Experience. It's a program that uses just a lot of augmented reality specifically for science labs in STEM-related courses. So we work with the staff, we work with the faculty, and of course the students, and we collectively reimagine what could we do to bring virtual labs in the post-COVID world. Together, we designed and we developed a completely collaborative environment that ensures an immersive and fun learning experience for students. The result, of course, is a suite of AR labs for science, courses that enable students to bring hands-on lab experiences directly into their home. The feedback from all the faculty and, of course, the students was amazing. And after our first year of success, we're renewing our annual contract and aggressively expanding our second-year program to utilize much of this new capacity. So it's a super exciting time with higher ed. The other thing I want to point out is, and we saw this through the day with LiveX, we can do a lot more than just deliver these virtual labs in the world of higher ed. And this has been very exciting for us because as we've gone through this and we're learning from our clients, particularly those in higher ed, we have the ability now with LiveX to not just do the labs, but also deliver full digital learning capabilities. So think things like, self-serve courseware curriculum, online course development, a lot more broadcasting, AR live streaming, as you saw, and of course, all the assessment and measurement that goes with that. Of course, fully integrated into learner management and student registration systems. So that's a very, very big part of the tech stack. On the other side of this diagram here, you also notice hybrid experiences. And this is another area within the world of higher ed, education, and learning that I'd like to focus on as well, because it speaks to the event side of Nextech, the digital experience world that we're so good at. All of these institutes of higher ed have needs for conferences, for campus tours, school fairs, graduations. We had a wonderful graduation experience with Ryerson using AR in our digital experience platform, and even things like donor support and school support. So all of that can be brought together into our LiveX platform. So from Nextech's point of view, we're poised quite well to thrive within the world of higher ed. If I could, the next slide, please. And I think one of the things that, I think really sets us up here is our partnership with Microsoft. This is a collaboration where we're taking the best of our higher ed capability and our technology. We're bringing it into the ecosystem, and we're collaborating with Microsoft to take this initiative through a global footprint. So we're super excited about that. I think the next thing I'd like to talk about is something that's quite near and dear to my heart. We're calling it Nextech AR Studios, and it is actually our entertainment business unit. I'm super excited about this. A lot of great stuff happening here. It's new. We're rolling it out as part of LiveX. And if I could, next slide, please, I'll talk a little bit to it. The material that I'm going to speak to today specifically is done in tandem with a really strong partnership we have with our friends at the Feldman Agency. These guys are just crushing it in the entertainment space. It's an excellent organization, and they've been very formative in how we've gone through this. But if I could, I've got a little video here that allows me to kind of walk you through what's possible with LiveX. So if I could, Jonathan, could you fire that up, and I'll give a little narration on top of it. So, you know, as you can see here, you know, with LiveX, we're able to literally pull together all the key aspects of an event. And what's really cool about this is we can interlace very elegantly all the ads, the sponsorship, and the programs with all the tools in the back end to do that. There's no limitation to the number of events that can run concurrently on the platform. And you can set up rosters, lineups, and scheduling with our tools, again, all self-serve. And with that, you're able to go in and literally interstitch any type of sponsorship program at all levels. Even brand activations. We spoke a little bit about these marketplace gatherings. We've got that in abundance here. And this is fabulous for fans because these are like merch tables on steroids. And of course, if you ever want to meet the band, it's a no-brainer. You click on it, and with all our tech, you can even beam the band into your home. The final thing I'll say is, as you can see here from our interactive map, if you're a festival or you're a concert, it's very easy for you to pull that together and actually create a full-on hybrid experience. So we're super thrilled about this entry into the market. Our friends at Feldman, great partner to launch it with, and you know, look forward to a number of new and exciting events coming down the pipe. When we think about it from an entertainment point of view, LiveX at the moment, very focused on, I'll call it performance artists, but also think about culinary arts. So these are chefs, these are mixologists, and what's possible on the platform. Think about literary arts. So areas where we've got authors, speakers, educators. And finally, think about things like performance or visual arts, where we've got film and theater. All of these artists now have a community and an ability to pull together their fan base and use a variety of different tools and capabilities to monetize. So you can see a few of them over there on the right of your screen. We're very excited to roll this out. We look forward to showing you a number of very interesting events, I'll say, over the next several months. So I think with that, we'll put a wrap on it. And, you know, from there, I think, Evan, at this stage, we could probably hand it over to Connie and start the Q&A.
All right, excellent. Thank you, Paul. All right, Connie.
All right, we have a lot of questions that's been submitted, and just in case for those watching that have not submitted a question yet, there is a Q&A box. Just click on that and enter your questions and we'll see them. So Evan, are you ready?
Yeah.
Awesome. So the first question that came through from Manuel Rivera is, can we get a more clear update regarding the NASDAQ uplisting?
As everybody knows, we announced that we applied to NASDAQ back over the summer in 2020. And we've had 3 or 4 back and forths with NASDAQ as far as Q&A, you know, where they've asked us questions, we've answered. We're still in discussions with NASDAQ, and we really can't report anything in these types of sessions. We have to report something in a public press release. When there is something to report, rest assured, we will put out a press release. Until then, there's nothing to report, nothing new.
Okay, thank you, Evan. Couple individuals actually submitted the same question here. One specifically that I'll read out from A+, is, what's the revenue breakdown between the e-com and technology?
So we will report the revenue breakdown in our actual Q1 earnings release. This was the prelim, so it's not as detailed. So, you know, that'll be coming in about 2 weeks.
Okay, thank you. And the next question from Alan Tran. When will we start hearing about deals in the Asia region?
Go ahead.
Yeah, so maybe I take this one. So we actually have changed the way of how we communicate about deals. So unlike in the past where we had actually press releases about customer signing deals, we actually have changed this way of communication. We will not communicate individual deals anymore. We actually have had deals in Asia Pacific. Actually, one of them is happening next week as one of the events. But we will not communicate individual deals anymore.
Thank you, Evan and Eugen. Next question from Jordan Sales. What are the specific channels the company is using or plans to use to monetize the AR technology?
So we're already monetizing our AR technology. We're already in market, already generating revenue. And that's been going on actually since 2019, really started a little bit in 2018. So we are in market. We have commercialized it. As I mentioned in my presentation, our goal now is to scale it. So we're taking it from selling, 50 AR experiences to, let's say, a Ryerson Labs for an AR lab to 500, 5,000, and on and on. And so that's what we're building now, the ability to be able to scale.
Thank you, Evan. And the next question from Harold Wilner. How is Nextech addressing the medical field, which can be very growth oriented?
So we have a number of relationships with medical companies, medical product companies. We're already in that market. We have a contract with Johnson & Johnson. They've been a customer of ours for a couple of years now. We actually acquired that when we acquired Jalokia, so they do events on our platform. We also have other medical products companies that we do AR experiences for. So we are in market with med tech companies, and we agree there's lots of potential there. It's still the early days.
Thank you, Evan. And there was a note added from Harold as well. He says, Penn State is a very large research university. I think that might be a tip for us to connect with them.
Thank you, Harold.
We're on it.
Yeah.
All right. The next one is from Lise Bryan. You released great news like today and the share price drops. Could you explain that to a non-Wall Street person?
Sure. So the market is not something that necessarily acts rationally. The market is oftentimes irrational. You can see that happen over and over and over again. So what the market does on a given day, what our stock does on a given day, is not really the true test of what's going on with Nextech and our stock. The true test is from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, quarter to quarter to quarter, and then at the end you add it all up and you say, okay, how much has Nextech generated in revenue, in gross profit, in earnings, if there are earnings, what have they accomplished, and then how do we value that as it relates to other companies? And that's kind of when you want to weigh in. As far as day to day, as far as what it does today, I mean, here's another example. Apple came out with blowout earnings today. The biggest tech company on the planet blew the numbers away, blew the analysts' estimates away, and the stock actually is down. So, it's like, okay, I guess, we're part of, the market, and sometimes the market will actually go up on bad news, and sometimes the market will actually go down on good news. So that's just the way the market works sometimes.
Okay, thank you, Evan. The next question from Eugene Ledger. Can you speak to what you may be doing in the fintech space? Is it financial institutions directly or vendors like FIS, FinServe, etc.?
We're not really heavy in the fintech space, actually. That's not part of our AR ecosystem. It's not really part of our tech stack, so it's not really what we do.
Okay. Ed T's asking, I think you've already addressed the first part of his question. Please provide an update on NASDAQ. Also, please advise if you plan to apply to other exchange.
We are looking at other exchanges. Obviously, I'm a little gun shy with speaking about, hey, we just applied to, exchange ABC because, what's been happening with NASDAQ, obviously I have to learn my lesson. So we're going to be applying, we're going to be looking for other exchanges to list our stock to gain more liquidity and access to institutional investors but probably not going to announce it until it happens.
Okay, thank you, Evan. Two questions came in that are quite similar. I'll read both of them. From Ed T, please advise if you patent or if you apply for one. And then the other one from Christophe Goulet is, are you planning to protect or patent your products?
So we are currently working with a number of patent attorneys to build a patent portfolio. So 2021 is the year that we start to build our patent portfolio. So the answer is yes, we're engaged in that activity.
Thank you. And the next question is from Hira Khan. What is the revenue projection for 2021, and is NTAR on track to meet those?
Well, in today's presentation, we put out that we are projecting 50 million. And so we are on track to meet those, and we feel confident with that number.
Okay, great. And the next one is from Admar Adachov. I apologize for the pronunciation. Will there be an all-inclusive app from Nextech that has chat, text, video, call hologram, call like a WhatsApp, but much richer?
I mean, probably not. That's a big undertaking. Again, if you watch the presentation, LiveX is the platform that we're using as our all-in-one digital experience platform. And so it will be available as a mobile app, as a web app rather. So you will have access to all of the great technology using your mobile phone and being on our LiveX platform.
Okay, thank you, Evan. And the next question is from Norman Chu. Can you comment if we are going to uplist to TSX?
I cannot comment about that again until it happens. I've been taught the hard lesson not to speak to it. So I'm not going to do the same thing twice.
Thank you, Evan. And the next one is from Ernest Regricci. Since the beginning of the year, share price has dropped almost 50%. No concrete news about an uplisting either. Good numbers are not increasing the share price. To me, that means no news investors. Can you elaborate on this?
First off, I'm the largest shareholder in the company. And so I am, aligned with all the shareholders. I've continued to buy stock, both in the open market as well as through exercising my warrants. So I remember when the stock was 50, 60 cents in 2019. And I remember people asking me the same exact question. We were reporting positive earnings. We were reporting positive news about our technology, and the stock wouldn't go up. I kept buying and buying and buying. And then what happened? The stock went to $10 in 2020. Yes, we've come down a lot since then, but I believe that over time, the value is going to show up. As we execute on our business, the value is going to show up. It's just a matter of time. That's my belief.
Thank you, Evan. The next question is from Andres Gomez. Does AR glass exist currently? If yes, why not Nextech sell a few of those? It's painful to hold phone for a long time.
So AR glasses is not a commercial product. You do have Microsoft out with the HoloLens. It's $3,500. I think we just ordered one actually this week. Also Magic Leap has a similar type product. These are not commercial products that you're going to buy and use instead of your phone. So the phone is the device until the glasses come out, and Apple is the one to watch, where everybody's kind of waiting for Apple to drop the glasses. Could be this year, could be next year. It's going to likely happen in the next 12 to 24 months. And we believe it will change the game and change the AR ecosystem forever, where as people wear glasses, like you mentioned, you don't have to hold your phone.
Thank you, Evan. The next question is also from Andres Gomez, is how does AR ad growth help Nextech? Does Nextech create the AR ads?
So yes, we create the AR ads, and we generate revenue and profits every time someone sees those AR ads. So yeah, it's absolutely a big part of our growth story for 2021 and beyond.
Okay. Thank you, Evan. Going back to a financial question here from John Reynolds. Can you talk a little bit about the first quarter revenues? I was hoping for 8 to 12 million, and it looks like 7 to 7.5 million. Insights?
Well, I don't know where you got 8 to 12 from. That's a number that I don't remember putting out there. In fact, I know I didn't. Even if you look at our Zach's research report, which is the only analyst who follows us, she has us right smack where we landed, basically at 7.7 million. So I'm not sure what you were looking for. We are ramping up our business. Would love to do 8 to 12 million. Tune in throughout 2021. I think we're going to get there.
Okay. Andres is very engaged with us. He has another question. He's asking, has the ad...
He's not in the bar.
So Andres Gomez is asking, has the ad network generated any revenue so far?
So we will release news about the ad network publicly. We cannot really speak to specific revenue figures around the ad network just yet, but stay tuned.
Okay, thank you. A question from Patrick Trotter. What is the status of AR Room? Thank you.
So AR Room is part of our LiveX platform, and it's constantly being improved on and worked on. It's currently being used, and as we move forward in 2021, we expect that the AR Room is going to proliferate and become a bigger part of our business. And so, Connie, I think on that note, I'm going to stop the questions because we could probably go on for another hour, unless you see like something that you think is super important, because I'm actually about to get up and go do a live stream for everybody's enjoyment. So
there's a whole bunch of questions that we can definitely pause here and provide a little bit more excitement from your end, Evan.
I'll take one more.
One more? Okay.
Yeah, pick a random one.
A random one. Going to go down the list. There's a lot of them. Okay. From Romo Mendoza, what are your thoughts on the other AR companies that are available? Would you consider a merger?
It's an interesting question. I think a better way to think of it is we look at these AR companies as acquisition targets. So we actually look to acquire AR technology in 2021 and beyond. So it's not so much of a merger as much as potential acquisitions. And we look for companies that have things that we know are kind of pain points, not just for us, but industry-wide. And stay tuned because there's some exciting stuff happening on that merger / acquisition front.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Evan, for your answer.
All right. So I'm going to get up out of my seat and live stream. Here we go. All right, here we are again as a live AR human hologram. This is the third time that I'm live streaming myself to you. So let's end our Capital Markets Day on a high note by taking a journey into Restaurants Canada's new digital marketplace powered by Nextech AR Solutions. I'm inside their 3D marketplace where food and beverage buyers and sellers will connect. Imagine some of the unique opportunities to deliver a better experience with augmented reality for people, products, and places. Today, I'm the live stream human AR hologram. Tomorrow, maybe I'm a bartender, a celebrity chef, or an educator sharing the latest food innovation, again, as an AR human hologram. It's been so exciting to showcase the infinite possibilities our technology and our team has been delivering for our customers. We are literally transforming the way that we live, work, play, learn, and shop. But what's the ultimate ROI? The ultimate ROI is to deliver a better experience through augmented reality. So on behalf of the Nextech team, I want to thank you for joining us today as we have achieved that.